If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Good to have you on board. Action-packed hour coming up 15 minutes from now. Playoff action that we have tonight, NBA and the NHL. Matt Youmans on the program coming up in 30 minutes. His best bets on the board tonight and some futures as well. We'll hit some Major League Baseball here, Pauly, but first I'll pay off the tease. Don't want people to hang around for too long. After I closed the last hour by telling you that something happened 27 years ago today in Major League Baseball that people would lose their minds over today. They lost their minds over it back then. But today, I think it would break social media and the internet. Do you have any guesses what it is? Did you see this today?
20 years ago?
27 years ago
27 years ago. Give it to me. No guess.
The Arizona Diamondbacks intentionally walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded with an 8-6 lead in the ninth inning with 2 outs. And Arizona would go on to win 8-7.
I think it was Buck Showalter.
It was Buck Showalter, and I believe that he got crucified back then at the time.
Wow.
How good was Barry freaking Bonds?
Wow, what a move.
Imagine if that happened, if that never happened, like we didn't have that in our brains, and today it happened in Major League Baseball, in a big spot.
Don Zimmer did a hit and run with Mark Grace with the bases loaded once. Never seen that before.
Were you watching WGN Live?
Yeah. Stone pointed out the confidence he had in that guy to make contact.
Oh, my God. It was...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Good stuff.
By the way, so action that we have going on right now, the Pirates lead the Diamondbacks 10-0. Betting Pirates on the alternate numbers today, you could retire anytime soon. But that was Paul Skeens, who went 6 2/3. Now his ERA is 2.15 on the season, 7 Ks today, allowed 4 hits. He has made 47 starts in his career. No, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me go back. He's allowed 47 earned runs in 35 starts. That's the fact. Those are the numbers. And we just did Blind Resume for NL Cy Young last hour. If you missed it, you can go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast page or wherever you get your podcasts. And Skeens, as we said, he's coming on. He's turning into the guy that he was last year. And he's plus 240 right now to win the NL Cy Young. There's also this. Miami gave San Diego a taste of their own medicine. So last night gave us, I think, the worst beat in Major League Baseball the entire year, and maybe the worst beat in any sport. Marlins with a 6 spot in the first. They did not win the first 5 bet. So even if you had a half run in the first 5, you lost because the Padres came back and took a 7-6 lead. So the Padres got 5 off of Sandy Alcantara in the bottom of the 4th. They went to the top of the 5th with a 6-1 lead. The Padres did not win the first 5. So if you bet the Padres on the money line in the first 5 today, that's a push. If you laid half a run, it's a loser because it was tied at 6 apiece. And now the Marlins just scored again right now.
Yeah, boy.
They lead San Diego 7-6.
Yeah. All of a sudden, this Padre bullpen is a mess.
Yeah.
Good point from Jonathan Davis. If you're talking all sports, Dallas led Vancouver 5-2 with a minute left and lost.
Yeah, there you go.
Forgot about that.
That was a really bad one.
He is correct. We got a rain delay in Baltimore. I like the Cardinals. Michaelis, they've won 5 straight starts.
Can you explain the number here, by the way?
No. Prop standpoint, O'Hearn continues to crush it. Went deep last night, hitting .570 in his last 7 games. But Baltimore allowed the most home runs. Then on pace to give up the 5th most all time. Horrible season. Look at the record. I don't understand what the line was there, why they were favored.
Did you do anything with O'Hearn today in the game?
Yeah, I see total bases. Not bad. But I don't mind total bases. This can come back with the home run, too.
So
could do that, too.
Why are the Orioles favored in this game?
I don't get it. St. Louis is hot, too.
Of course. They have 17 wins this month alone.
Yep.
So they're playing great ball. The Orioles are one of the worst teams in baseball. Povich is on the mound. They're favored? I don't get it.
Nope. I was going to say another numbers with Toronto and Texas. I don't mind fading Molly outs under which is 18. A lot of people making the case for that prop.
Okay.
23-6 underrun in home games, Texas.
This
it's ridiculous how under the radar that is. And
they just got Seager back, though, so something to watch there.
Yep. Vlad, 27 in a row, games reaching on base. I wouldn't mind a Vlad prop tonight, but that's a nuts run with crazy what's going on with Texas and the Cubbies, 32-18-5 run to the over on the season. Can they do it again tonight against the Rockies? 9-46 on the year. They set the record, 21 consecutive series without winning a series, which is a record. How about this from David Purdom? He just tweeted this. They have been favored 5 times in the last 218 games. 5 times out of 218. And the Cubbies pushing $4 in some spots.
They're still taking money today?
Yep.
Well,
you can find 3-1 on Colorado.
I have more numbers on this game. So Boyd goes overall for the Cubs. The Rockies against lefties on the year, their WRC plus is 56, which is just, it's bottom feeder of all bottom feeders of all time, right? Dead last this year, obviously. Their WOBA actually is third worst in baseball at 270. They have a 27.7% K rate. That is the second highest. But they also have the second highest hard rate against lefties. Hard hit rate. So that's really strange to me. Opposing lefties are 10-6 over their K prop against the Rockies on the year, and all opposing starters are currently on a 9-1 overrun with their K prop against Colorado, and 11-2 their last 13. The problem is Boyd's K prop to me tonight is too high to play, so I'm not going to. Chicago in the first 5, they're one of the best teams in all of baseball. They are 30-16-9 in the first 5 this year. The Rockies, take a guess. The worst. They are 10-35-8 in the first 5 and 4-19-1 in the first 5 in their last 24 games. So even when you lay a run and a half with the Cubs in the first 5, you can't even get even money or plus money. Minus 1.5 runs in the first 5 is minus 115. This is incredible stuff going on with this team.
Mm-hmm. Could be low scoring, and Gordon was good against the Yankees last time out, and it's from the area. So maybe with all the family and friends there, he comes up with a big effort. They hung in there last night. I give him credit. Actually had the lead in extra innings.
True.
And then lost. So
I think we're going to have a good conversation on the program tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Chris Bennett's going to join us at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific time. He runs the Circa Sportsbook here. And that's one of the stories he were talking. Purdom sent out a tweet with a story that somebody wrote about, books getting crushed on the Rockies every game. I haven't talked to Chris about this, but his response was, hey, Dan, I'm a bookmaker. You can reach out to me if you want. I can make the number whatever I want. So maybe they're not getting crushed on the Rockies every game here at Circa. I wonder, I want to find out what that response meant overall and if he's adjusting. And they're seeing like Rockies money here because he's right. He can make it high enough to where they see sharp money here at Circa, or you can do it wherever you want as a bookmaker. Mm-hmm. So also, the Angels might not go, although Kikuchi's been good since the beginning of May.
9-2 overrun.
Overall in his games?
Yes.
Okay. The Yankees against lefties on the year, WRC plus first at 145. Their WOBA is 370 first. They're number 1 in ISO, number 1 in OPS, and they are 20th overall in K rate against lefties. Lefties are 8-4 under their K prop against the Yankees on the year. The Yankees are 30-16-8 in the first 5 on the season. The Angels are 18-25-11. You're probably wondering what Judge is against Kikuchi in his lifetime. He does have 2 home runs, but he's only 5 of 25 for a batting average of exactly 200. And the Yankees here at Circa minus 156 right now in this game, plus 105 on the run line. Clark Schmidt goes for the Pinstripers.
Yankees are nothing. Incredible numbers what they're doing.
I would agree. I don't want to ignore those numbers.
Yep, and I can't believe what Noah Cameron's doing. He's a dog at home to Hunter Green. It goes in 90 minutes. He'd be the second pitcher since 1893 to have 4 straight starts to start his career, 1 earned run or fewer allowed. I mean, how quiet is that story? That's incredible. Yeah. So see if he can keep it going tonight, and the total's 8 in that game.
It's kind of like that start the Brewers rookie this year, the kid that I bet with Logan Henderson.
It's also at least six and a third innings, too. I missed that.
Oh, okay. All
6 and a third. Yep.
So this is what I hate about baseball teams. They want all this club control. Logan Henderson has been on fire. Bet him at 30-1 to win the NL Rookie of the Year. He dipped down to like 6-1 at some spots. He was so good. They're like, nah, we'll see you, kid. We want to, quote, preserve him in the minors. And they have like Woodruff coming back and Quintana coming back and another guy in the bullpen. It's like, guys, come on. You're the Milwaukee Brewers. Knock it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, it could be like, who knows? It could be an all-star for all I know at this point with how good he's being. You don't want to... We see this now. It's commonplace amongst baseball teams, and it sucks.
Yep, with you. O'Hearn total bases 2+ plus 140 at DK. Or if you want the 1.5, be a better way to attack it. You can go hits, runs, and RBIs. Before the line moves, Sharp Plays at sharpplays.com already there. They don't chase the market; they move it. You want to outmuscle billion-dollar books or full-time pro bettors on your own, but with the Sharp Plays, you don't have to. Powered by cutting-edge AI, trusted insider sources, the Sharp Plays delivers the edge that serious bettors rely on. Get up there to the site. Give him a follow on X. He's been with us since day one. Going back to follow the money at the South Point. Free betting reports, real-time alerts, market-moving insights, right to you via email or X. Not an overnight startup. They have a documented track record since 2011. Receipts, logs, and results right there on the site. Respected, watched, and feared. That's the Sharp Plays. Check them out now, sharpplays.com.
So the reliever in now for the Marlins just got Manny Machado to pop out. There's one out for the Padres in the bottom of the 7th inning. They trail 7-6, but there's a runner on first, and now Merrill's at the plate. You can grab plus money on the Padres to come back and win this game, but do you trust the Padres bullpen right now, current form, enough to lock them down?
No, I don't. Been so bad. Can't believe they spit up a 6-1 lead like that.
I know it. I see plus 110 right now at DraftKings to come back and win the game. Over here is 15.5. Well, Padres score one more run, you're tied up. And you got like your chances at 15.5 at that point. So we'll get into the NBA. NHL playoffs coming up next. We have player props, a few things to watch in the WNBA, especially with Caitlin Clark out for the Fever.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A lot of action during the break. Yeah, Padres got 2 across. Big home run there by Gavin Sheets, having a nice year. So that plus 110 on the Padres. Now, adios to that, and the total was 15.5. Also, bye-bye. And so the Marlins bullpen is the one to implode here. Can the Padres now lock them down? That's the question.
Don't trust it.
6-1 lead earlier today.
I know. It's been bad. No kidding. No kidding. All right. You want to jump? How about this? Every series is 3-1. Can you believe this?
This round is not produced.
No. To your point, though, you want to... Jonathan Davis, I give him a lot of credit. He's been doing it every day at VSiN.com. He's betting both teams on the puck line and the old puck line. So you can take Florida to win by a goal and a half on the puck line, plus 220, and you can take Carolina reverse puck line, plus 250. The last 9 games, the winning team has covered the alt line, minus 2.5 goals. 18 of the last 20, the team that wins has covered the puck line.
Okay, so I can't...
It's been blowout city here.
I know. The reason why I can't hop in on something like this...
2-1 final as soon as you do it?
Of course. The first time that I make this bet, it's going to go to overtime, and probably like 4 overtime game, 1-1. So I just can't get there. But he's been doing it for weeks and telling you about it, so it's been cashing.
Everyone's back for Florida tonight. Total's 5.5 under minus 120. You do have the empty net scenario, closeout scenario to help you out, though, too.
Well,
by the way, what is Dallas doing? 2:45 left, you pull the goalie?
It's a lot of time,
It's
Paul.
2-1, you pull him with 2:40?
I would agree with you.
It's crazy. That was too easy. Edmonton scored in like 10 seconds.
As a former high school all-region goalie, would you have told your coach to screw off at that point?
Yeah, same.
You would have given a piece of your mind?
Yeah, they had the face-off in Edmonton's end, but still, I thought that was way too early.
Can Carolina win this game, actually? Yeah, of course they can. Dumb question, but I mean...
Anderson's got to stand on his head.
Yes, he does.
Florida's going to be much better, but also comes down to stay out of the box and the kill. Their kill was great last game. The kill was atrocious in the first 3 games.
It would be nice to give this series a little bit of juice with the Hurricanes win.
Sure.
because it's had.
then all the pressure shifts to Florida.
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
better close them out in 6. Or then you're looking at, can you choke this away?
Yeah.
Which has happened 4 times in playoff history in the NHL. But that's I can't go under either. But the one thing I played, and you know it, 7 in a row with Anderson, 8 in a row overall for Carolina. Saves prop under. 22.5 tonight.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now because I don't want it to be forgotten. After the football season starts and you get the NBA back and it's chaos in October and there's so many things going on, I want you to pay attention to this next year in the regular season. You played the position. You love going on these goalie rants, and it's great. It's great content, Pauly.
Yeah.
I think it's also a great way to make some money here. You pay attention to this stuff on a daily basis. You track the numbers.
I imagine the Hellebuck stuff was lucrative.
I would think.
What Hellebuck was doing and how Winnipeg was so stingy.
Yeah.
And you couldn't score on them.
You're
Team total. You can do team totals, goalie saves under, all of it.
But you're good at finding the goalies who you like to trust, right? That are in good form, and other guys you're like, oh my good God Almighty, no chance this guy going to be all right.
Okay, fair.
All right.
Fair. But that's wild, though. I can't believe that how many of these... It's always Stanley Cup playoffs, close games, overtime. You can't beat it. It's blowout city here.
I know.
With all these games going back. You said the one close one in Game 6, Dallas and Winnipeg.
And I guess we've happened to, the last 2 games in the NBA playoffs, they've been pretty damn good. So we're a little bit fortunate there, although the series are each 3-1. So Game 5 numbers, by the way, Knicks again, they were 5. Now bet down to 4.5, 4 here at Circa, total 222.5. You going to go over again?
Yeah, I have to.
Back to the Garden?
Based on what the Knicks have shown you, that they're going to run with them. Yep. And Halliburton's comment was money. I mean, for them to play like that yesterday, why they're going to continue to push the ball.
How about the Pacers as a $6 favorite to win the series? That's short?
That seems short, too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I took 5. I mean, the fact that they're won 6 straight road playoff games, nothing phases them, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you stole the game 1 in Cleveland. Okay, well, they come back and they get them the next game. Cleveland blows it, and they close them out on the road, and then what they did against Milwaukee as well, and they have no fear of the Garden either. Oh, okay, the lucky comeback, next season on the line. All right, here's Siakam with 39. I'll beat you in this one, too. Mm-hmm. So, to me, they're the better team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win tomorrow, too.
Professional sports bettor Aaron Rennie came on. He was on the second hour. Again, you can go back and listen to it on the podcast. Go where you can get Follow the Money on the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts at. He said he likes the game under tonight. It flew over the other night. Those teams could not miss.
The last 2, yeah.
Yeah, for that to continue again into the game tonight, I'm not so sure about that. I did play it over in the Killer Sports Challenge.
Okay.
It's because of what you said earlier. Finch is probably not going to wave the white flag.
Yeah.
Again, they had a very sour...
Good point by you that guys could be gone, too. So
yeah, there's that
angle.
Little
Sentimental, or, hey, go out there, close strong, show some pride. You might be gone. Walker, Reed, who knows who's coming back.
That's
Go
right.
Get it. Yes, I like that.
You want to attack it with Reed going over his rebounds again?
Yep. Good.
8 and 6 so far.
Good write-up. Dan Carpuck, VSiN.com. Check it out. That's prop number 1. Like that a lot. I think that's too low. And Walker points again, 9.5 over -120. He's feeling himself, knocking down a lot of shots. And he was great in the last couple games in Minnesota. I trust him. I can't get there with Randall. He was so good in the first 2 series, and just I was too much spectating, he said. Standing around, not being aggressive or getting the ball. It's twice now he's done that. And with the season on the line, he only had 5 points.
Yep.
So maybe you think he bounces back 16.5, but I don't trust it. Williams has moved from 21.5 to 22.5. And you would hope at least that Ant would be aggressive and try to get going early after what he did. 2 shots in the first half of the last game. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But he's 26.5 tonight, points prop.
Here's what's scary about Minnesota is that they lost that game by 2 the other night. And they played an unbelievable basketball game. And that was not their A game. I can say that because the turnovers, how many sloppy times they allowed, or how many rebounds they allowed to get that were just like totally sloppy, like defensive end. Come on, guys, just hang on to the basketball. Don't let it slide out of your hands and go to Oklahoma City for an easy basket. And Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, to me, they didn't even show up in the game. Mm-hmm. It was everybody else other than them. So that wasn't even their A game, and they should have won it.
Yeah.
So, but that's why, I mean, are they going to get 64 combined again from Alexander Walker, DiVincenzo, and McDaniels? No, they're not going to. But can there be some balance here? Can Edwards and Randall go off for 60 combined, and then those 3 other players still bring it and combine for like 40? Yeah, certainly they can.
Back with Shannon, 3.5 again? Guy can't have 2 baskets? The Ben Shepherd thing. Oh, boy, that was tough.
Oh, I know. He played.
I know.
Had minutes there last night.
He got a lot of minutes, I know.
Yeah, I think Shannon. He's got to play.
He's aggressive, too.
Yes, right, exactly.
If I'm Finch, I give him more run. Yeah. Guy's going to have 2 baskets. 3.5? Right back with Shannon.
Well, there's the blowout scenario, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
That guy's going to play in a blowout.
Yep. I'll tell you, whiskey and a revolver. Leadoff guy on for the Marlins. Good God. Can anyone close here?
How about 2 runners on now?
Another guy's on? Man alive.
And that's Adam, by the way, who they said Adam's. Oh,
the in-play swings in this game.
Yeah.
6-1 and they come back.
Just need to trust myself, right? 15.5 plus money to the over.
Trust yourself and the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't Gore go tomorrow?
He does.
And who's he going against?
I should know that. I don't know that.
Well, it's against a team that strikes out a lot.
Yeah. Mackenzie Gore will be a big strikeout prop guy tomorrow for sure.
Yep.
I've already seen some numbers on him in the projections.
Oh, it's Seattle. That's what I thought.
Is it Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. Okay, all right.
You got it.
I thought tomorrow was Friday for a second. I'm like, that series is not going to continue in Seattle. Okay. Just like last game when he took on the Giants, right? That's your point.
Yep.
So.
Well, the Giants are
let me give you this, by the way. Let me give you this real quick. WNBA, things to watch out for. Brittany Sykes is averaging 22.3 points per game. Her prop is 18.5. She's had 22, 27, and 30 in 3 games. She had 10 her last game out. She was 1 of 13. You got to like coming back with her tonight. Also, Kiki Iriafen.
Oh, is she good?
She's averaging 13.8 points per game and 11.2 rebounds. I should have bet this earlier today. The prop is 9.5. It's now 10.5 everywhere with juice. 14, 12, 13, and 13 rebounds in her last 4 games.
She was unbelievable when after Juju got hurt at USC. Big numbers. I am surprised at the move here. We're about to see what Caitlin Clark means to this team. Who knows? I'm expecting anything here.
I know.
But you're taking all that product, all the stat sheets all off here, and you're relying on the others.
Well, expect Kelsey Mitchell to take a ton of shots.
Okay. And
her prop tonight is 20.5. She's averaging 17.5 on the year. She takes 5 threes per game. But also Aaliyah Boston, averaging 18.5 points and 10.8 rebounds. The rebounds prop tonight, it's on the move again. 9.5 now with juice. Double-digit rebounds in 3 out of the 4 games they played so far this year. And I'm talking about Boston and Kiki earlier today. Respectable juice.
Yep.
Before everything now is kind of out of whack.
You want me to read this? It's over. Should I still read it? I don't know. It's not. We're not. You got it? All right. Well, the all-in package, $400, 2-night stay, $100 dining credit, $100 beverage credit. Get your own day bed at Stadium Swim. Limited time offer. Lock it in. Anything you want. Circa-related. CircaLasVegas.com. Book a room. Get a cabana. Get a day bed. Get your contest entries. Get a spot in the book like Macero is ready to cash tickets tonight with the Thunder. Your restaurant reservations. Barry's, 8 East, Saginaw's. CircaLasVegas.com.
VSiN host Matt Youmans on the program coming up next. We'll get his take on betting Game 5, Thunder and Wolves, and a couple of futures out of Matt coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you on board. We'll get some best bets here from VSiN host Matt Youmans, who pops on the progressive guest line here. A lot to get into with Matt. And let's begin with the NBA game that we have tonight. And this number, Matt, moments ago was down to 8 at several books here in Las Vegas. It appears to be still 8 at the South Point. But Superbook and Circa here, they've recently moved it back to 8.5, and the total is around 221 in the game tonight. How are you betting Oklahoma City and Minnesota?
I'm going to bet it live. And I'll be at the Circa tonight watching the game. Chris Macero's in town. We got a booth. We'll be in the Circa book. And, you got your app something, too. I don't want to lay 8.5, 8 or 8.5. And the money line price right around 330 is a little bit too steep, too. Now, if you pulled 10 sharp handicappers, I bet 9 of them would say they expect OKC to close out this series tonight. And I expect OKC to close it out, too. I don't think it's going to be easy. If you remember game 1 of this series, T-Wolves led 48-44 at halftime, should have been up much bigger. They have not, rolled over and been blown out in this series. I think they'll show up for a fight tonight. This reminds me a little bit of the Florida Panthers game 4, when everyone expected the Panthers to close out that series and thought the Canes were going to quit and head for Cancun, and that didn't happen. I do think the T-Wolves will show up and give them a game tonight. So what I'm going to look to do is in the second quarter, third quarter, T-Wolves have a lead. I want to get OKC at a much cheaper price, probably on the money line and somewhere around the minus 140 or less range. And I do think there's a good chance you're going to find that in the second or third quarter tonight. So this is a game where I think the Thunder probably pull away late third, fourth quarter, win the game, put away the series. But I think you're going to be able to, if you bet it live, you're going to be able to get better numbers on the home favorite tonight.
Anything on the total at 221?
I did not play the total.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did play last night. We were talking about playing that Knicks-Pacers total over last night, and it just flew over. The shot making was off the charts. It was a fast-paced game. Tyrese Halliburton told you that he was not going to walk the ball up the court because that's what he did in the second half against the Knicks on Sunday night in Game 3, and the Pacers scored 42 points in the second half of that loss. They scored 43 in the first quarter last night. And I was on the Pacers last night, and I said I thought the Pacers were going to win Game 4 at home, and Knicks are going to win Game 5. So last night after I left Circa, actually the best price I could find, I don't want to lay the 4.5, 5 with the Knicks. I'm pretty confident they're going to win this game.
Wow.
And I am pretty confident they're going to win Game 5, and I laid 190 with the Knicks last night. Now, the officials' whistles definitely favored the Pacers in the two games in Indianapolis. And trying to look at it as an impartial observer, I thought the Knicks got screwed on a bunch of calls in the second half of both games. And they overcame that in Game 3 on Sunday night. That fifth foul on Jalen Brunson on Sunday night was a complete joke. And there was a few other calls that way. Now, Paul Howard, I know, has been good friends with the late David Stern in the past. And it was much easier. It was much easier to bet the NBA in these situations when Stern was in charge. Yeah. Because what does the association need this weekend? This Pacers-Knicks series has been great. We got to have a game this weekend. We got to have a game Saturday night for TNT, and we need this to go 6 games. The league needs it. TV needs it. Everybody needs this 6 game. I think the Knicks are going to get the better of the whistle. Just that said, though, these teams are so evenly matched. I think the Knicks just lack depth, and the role players tend to play better at home, and I think that's what's going to happen here in Game 5. The Pacers were in a great spot, I thought, last night. Coming off the loss, really blew it in the second half on Sunday night. Loved the Pacers last night. I really do think the Knicks win Game 5 and extend this series. So I played that one on the money line at minus 190 last night.
That was such a good breakdown. I'm off the Pacers now. You talked me off the Pacers. Made a lot of sense.
Were you on the Pacers last night?
Yeah, of course.
Were you on them last night?
Yeah,
okay.
I took 5. But if you figure OKC closes it out, and then we're not going to have basketball this weekend.
Well,
and plus the calls. I know we've had a lot of short series in the past, but it's the Knicks. It's a number 1 market. Can a series go 6 at least? Matt's right. It has been good. You get a weekend game. Oh boy, that was a good breakdown.
All right. How are you betting the Memorial then? With Scotty Scheffler, being involved in being such a short shot here to win this event this weekend.
Yeah, I heard Indy Jeff Seeley gave out Scheffler plus 280 to win on your show, and I'm not going to knock that because you look at Scheffler, he won this tournament a year ago at 8 under, 1 shot better than Colin Morikawa. Scheffler was 3rd in 2023. Scheffler was 3rd in 2021 when he went 11 under. That was a great score that year. I hate to do this because this Colin Morikawa clown has really bothered me a lot the last couple of years because he's come up short so many times. He just teases you, in the 20-1 range. I bet Morikawa last night 18-1, but I also bet him for more top 10 at plus 175. I don't know if he's got the mental makeup at this point to close the deal on the weekend. If it's him and Scotty Scheffler or whoever going head-to-head down the stretch, I don't know if he's got what it takes to win. Since he got run down by John Rahm in Hawaii a couple of years ago with that 8-stroke lead, he hasn't been the same. Since he got married, he has not been the same. But Colin Morikawa has got the game because you need precision iron play at Jack's course in Dublin, Ohio. He's got the game that fits his course. And like I said, he finished 2nd last year. He finished 2nd to Patrick Cantlay in a playoff in 2021, and he won another tournament on this course. So that's how I played it. And I'm also looking at a few longer shots here, smaller bets just on the win board, futures board with Ludwig Oberg at around 30-1. And Matt Grill of DraftKings and Wes Reynolds have both been touting Matt Fitzpatrick. And he's kind of back from the dead, showing a pulse for the first time in a while. And he's a long shot that might be worth a look here, too.
All right, very good. Follow money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Matt Youmans, our guest. So it was a big day or a big week this week in college basketball and like NBA draft territory, right? With a lot of these players making up their mind. Are they going to stay? Are they going to go back to college? Based on the news that we got from that, Matt, you've been shopping around for college basketball futures. Did anything like catch your eye when you were doing that shopping?
You know, it's tougher than ever right now because a lot of these top teams are just loaded, and they're loaded up with transfers and the top players, and you're not finding as many long shots that have the talent to make you think they could pull off a big run in the tournament. But I tell you what, Circa's got some pretty good odds out there. And I looked at the Westgate Futures Board, DraftKings, FanDuel, and there's been some big news on player movement here in the last 24 hours or so with players pulling out of the NFL draft. John Blackwell going back to Wisconsin. Badgers look really good to me on paper. Alex Condon going back to Florida. Otega Owe going back to Kentucky. I could go on and on. There's a bunch of top players who are headed back to school, and none of them really surprised me that much. R.J. Luis from St. John's is going to stay in the draft, which I think is probably a mistake. He should go back to school. But if you look at futures right now, Florida, you can find a 25-1 at the Westgate. That is probably worth a shot. Mitch, you probably had your fill of the Florida Gators and probably don't want to jump back in. UConn and St. John's look really good to me. UConn is at around 16-1. St. John's, I did grab a 20-1. I think 18 might be the best number out there. But let's look higher because if you want a 20-1 or higher, I think you have to look at Florida 25-1, Kentucky at 20-1. Michigan, 20-1. Michigan is really talented. John Rothstein of CBS Sports ranked as top 10. He's got Purdue 1, Houston 2, St. John's 3, Florida 4, Michigan 5. I think 20-1 on this Michigan team has got a really talented front line is worth a shot. And they got a key guy that pulled out of the draft back to school yesterday. UCLA 6, BYU 7, UConn 8, Duke 9, Texas Tech 10. UCLA, I think, is worthy of the top 10. UCLA is a 40-1 at Circa. Donovan Dent, point guard from New Mexico, transferred to the Bruins. And Wisconsin, here's the one I think you got to grab. At Circa right now, Wisconsin is 75-1. It's 50-1 at the Westgate. That 75-1 is not going to last because, Mitch, you probably know this Wisconsin team on paper might be the best team the Badgers have had in the last 8 or 9 years.
Gard did a great job with the transfer portal. It was like early on, after the season ended, it's like he was hitting home run after home run. It was like, wow, he's really found something here. So I think that's a really good number, Matt. We'll see you here in a little bit at Circa to watch the NBA game tonight. Thank you, and good luck tonight, okay?
Okay, you bet. Thanks.
There you go. Matt Youmans with us.
Yep. My fault earlier. The all-in summer package Circa Las Vegas goes till September 4th. Get in. That's an unbelievable deal. And smarter bets start with VSiN Pro. Now's the time to join. You have until Saturday. Lock it in. 14 months, just $199. 2 months for free. Less than 50 cents a day. The morning email from Bill 80. Every best bet, every host, every guest. The betting splits, DK and Circa. The great dog videos. The NFL betting guide coming soon. Ends May 31st. Don't miss out. Grab it now. Tell your friends. VSiN.com/subscribe. Code PRO. Great gift idea. VSiN.com/subscribe. Did you mention that the Padres blew it?
Oh, they trailed 10-8.
Yep.
It happened while we were talking to Matt.
Yep. Top of the ninth. Miami minus 1,400 in play.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
10-8. Wow. This bullpen. What happened?
Total was 15.5. What?
Right.
20 minutes ago here on the show?
Yep.
25 minutes ago?
The swings. Again, the swings in play. You can't trust anybody.
All right. Let's follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. We'll recap our best bets from last night and tell you what we're on coming up tonight and beyond with in-pocket plays next on VSiN.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The guy has an algorithm to determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right, no good with the Royals last night. Singer had been awful in May. Held them to 2 runs, and they exploded late against the Kansas City bullpen. Now the Royals, after that great ball they were playing, not good. Bad ball. Pacers to win the East 19 to 1. The exacta Carolina, Dallas 11 to 1. Cat most rebounds in the conference finals, $2. Forget about this now. This is over. He had 15 last night. Halliburton, $2. Sure, it's off the board now. Thunder to win game 1 in the series, the double, $1.70. I'll come back to that in a second. This is won 7 in a row with Anderson, 8 in a row for Carolina. Anderson saves under 22.5 tonight. Let's keep going with that. And I like the Dallas Wings tomorrow, laying 2.5 against the Chicago Sky. WNBA. Sky still without a win. Blew a big lead last night. Go right back to Alexander Walker over points, 9.5. It's been great. Confident. Stroke looks good. Go back to him, get his points over. And I don't mind if you want to take Shannon over as well. 3.5 for the T-Wolves. Good luck.
All right, a couple of losers with one winner last night. McConnell, 14.5 PRA. First time in a minute that he stayed under that number. Wasn't his night. McGill, 6.5 Ks. That was a rough one, man. Did not strike out anybody in the first couple of innings. Then he had 6, and then he struck out the first 2 in the 6th inning. Nobody walked the bases loaded, basically, and they had to pull him, so it landed on 6. That was a loser. Rodon did go flying over 7.5, so that was good. A winner at plus 112. Pending Tigers, most wins in May, 16 to 1. Tied now with the Phillies. Postponed tonight against the Braves. They have a scheduled doubleheader for tomorrow. Tigers are off. This is total chaos again. And who knows what happens with this Cardinals game against the Orioles now, because the Cardinals are 1 back. Josh Hart to lead the Eastern Conference Finals in rebounds, plus 550. He's got some work to do in Game 5 tonight. Well, this is a winner, actually, earlier today. Put it on the website. Lance McCullers over 5.5 Ks. Plus 158. I don't even know what his ladders would have paid. It didn't look. He had 12. So 10 to 1 was a massive number and beyond. Tonight.
I wish you could ladder everything. I really do. Every sport, every player, why not?
And both ways, by the way, up and under.
I know.
Right? Tonight, Aaliyah Boston for the Fever.
There you go.
There was no Caitlin Clark, so you're going to wipe away her, 6 rebounds per game? And Boston's been dynamite. We just talked about this earlier this hour. Boston, 10-plus rebounds, minus 124. And I'll give you a same-game parlay. We're going to go Boston and Kiki Iriafen. Each player to have 10-plus rebounds tonight pays plus 175.
Good. Awesome. Our friend, our lawyer, Al Lasso, my opinion, the best in the business, awarded the largest slip and fall verdict in the United States. If you've ever been injured in Nevada in a car crash, a slip and fall, or become someone else was careless, and moments like that, what you do next matters. You need Al Lasso and Lasso Injury Law, not your typical personal injury firm, a boutique law office that gives you one-on-one attention. At Lasso Injury Law, you're not just a case number, you're a real person with a real story. They'll fight for you like family. With over 20 years of experience and millions recovered, Al and his team bring passion and purpose to every case. Whether you're local or coming from out of state, Al puts it simply, when someone's been hurt, they don't need excuses, they need answers, support, and results. 702-625-8777, free consultation. 702-625-8777. No voicemail, you get a team that's ready to help. Built on purpose. Lasso Injury Law, driven by results. He fights for you. LassoInjuryLaw.com. When I had an accident, when you had an accident, he walks you through the entire process, what you need to do, and what he's going to get you as well, and he delivers every single time.
Several other reasons why you want to file that away in case you need some help here in the state of Nevada. He makes you feel at home, like you talk about. Number 2, he's a big sports fan. He took me to a Raiders-Chiefs game a couple years ago. I hit the first touchdown score of the game, so that was a fun one. Had McKinnon to get in there first. But number 3, the guy, he loves to bet. And by the way, he's had good runs in contests out here before.
He's cashed.
So for our audience, he's the perfect guy that you're going to want to keep in mind in case you need somebody to reach out to, obviously. This is from Bob Nightingale. Does a great job covering Major League Baseball. As he points out on X earlier today, as the Red Sox lost and blew another game, Pauly, today at the hands of the Milwaukee Brewers. Rough 2 weeks here for the Red Sox. They trailed the Yankees by only 2 games in the AL East on May 11th. They were in third place in the wild card standings. They have since lost 11 of their last 16 games and are 9 games out of first place. And get this, they are tied for 8th in the American League wildcard standings as of right now. Oh, mama.
Yeah.
Not going well for that team.
Apparently there's a stud at AAA they won't call up either.
Roman Anthony.
Okay.
I'm hanging on to him like I'm Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2 from the cliffs in Utah.
Yeah.
A guy could let loose any day now, guys. You want to call him up, please?
Sure.
They've called up the other 2 guys.
Sure.
Miami beat San Diego 10-8. It's done.
Ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
Check out the podcast. Sean Deeb was incredible yesterday. Poker player. Won $800,000 on a weight loss prop bet. Incredible job. He was in for 3 segments. I had several follow-up questions ready to go. No need. How he explained everything and how he's been through this. He was a total pro and awesome in studio, and 6 bracelets. Hope he crushes it in the World Series of Poker. So we got into prop bets and crazy stuff as well, and that the guy who made the bet with him was Bill Perkins. D put up $100,000. Perkins gave him 10-1 odds. Could he drop his body fat from 45% to 17 in a year? And he took the cash out. He was going to do it. Perkins was also involved in the prop bet with Dan Bilzerian, most interesting man on Instagram. Can you bike from Vegas to L.A. in 48 hours, I think it was. And it was like a $800 million bet, whatever. Well, we wanted feedback on not so much crazy prop bets, but stuff you wanted to put your mind to and lose weight, whatever, or stop smoking, whatever it may be. But Joe sent one in at ftm@vsin.com. I always wanted to break the New York City to L.A. record, Cannonball Run. I believe the record is Arnie Tolman and Doug Tabbitt, 25 hours, 39 minutes. I'll bet the handle would be 7 figures. What do you think? Could you do that? I did. I think I drove to Denver once. It was 12 hours.
Yeah, I did it in 11. So
yeah?
I got you. Got there before you did.
Okay.
25 from L.A. to New York.
Is that true?
Are you you're gonna have to avoid?
Who do you want to be in the car with? Just by yourself? Your thoughts? Little doors?
No, you probably got to be in with like a good friend.
Wow.
Like a really old school friend that you want to catch up with, and like he's willing to like take a bullet for you, and you've been to like the 7th circle of hell with this person probably like 10 times. That's who you want to make the drive with, because your hair's gonna be on fire going 120 miles an hour the whole time. You have to avoid all the cops. Right? You can't get pulled over. That's
how many bathroom breaks? Gases. Gotta get gas. Gotta get something to eat.
You got the bad plumbing, so you're automatically disqualified from this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, Luke just looked 41 hours right now.
How'd the guy do it in 25? Can't be 25 then.
Well, is he talking? He's talking about the movie Cannonball Run. So yes.
Oh, those the characters in the movie?
I'm guessing that's what he talked about. I guess. Yeah.
I mean, a long time ago. All right.
Because it would be 41 hours from L.A. to New York, and that's going the speed limit.
Oh,
could you actually do it if you promise not to get pulled over?
Fitz did this about crazy. I think Fitz did this. He packed up and left Jersey to Las Vegas.
It took us 25 combined to get to 2 hours east of Minneapolis from Las Vegas 5 years ago.
24.
Yeah, it did.
Good. Oh, God.
So it was 11 to Denver and then 15, then 14 the next day. 14 the next day, which that second leg is like, oh, my God, this is absolutely awful.
That would be wild. I can't believe Bilzerian, they did that.
I thought he had to be. I would have bet against him.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put that, how would you be able to televise that? Well, you wouldn't, because then cops, it's like you'd have a police escort the entire time. That'd be no fun.
Oh, wait a second. It pops up on Wikipedia. Cannonball runs an unsanctioned speed record for driving across the United States. New York City to L.A. The record's 25 hours, 39 minutes. Really?
It was made into a movie.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Documented.
That's unbelievable. The other one, too, for all these people, and we'll do more on this tomorrow, and more. Hopefully they get there. There are people out there with 125-1 tickets on the Pacers to win the whole
maybe
thing.
higher. Who knows?
Absolutely, maybe higher. What do you? I think the best
How do you
way.
hedge? They're asking how to hedge.
I would do the double. I would try to start out with the game one.
Oklahoma City wins game one, and then
to lower it a little bit.
All right,
you got to steal one. You got to steal one right away.
Door one or door two? The Panthers extend their series tonight, or door number two, the Wolves, the Hurricanes. Extend their series, or the Timberwolves extend their series against the Thunder.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah. That's an easy one.
Well, don't forget the money lines for a second.
I know. I'd be shocked if Minnesota wins a game. It'd have to be bad OKC, or it bombs away from.
We got bad OKC for the first half in game one.
Yeah, true.
Wolves should have won that game.
True,
or had a bigger lead anyway. Prime time next for 4 hours. Good luck with the bets tonight. We'll see you.